Pennsylvania Republican Congressman Mike Kelly, met with the president yesterday, a very powerful figure, mover and shaker here. And Congressman, always good to have you. I read into that, don't get your hopes up. Did I read too much?
No, I don't think you did, but I think the American public, the people who elected President Trump, and this is a president who's an action figure, he's not comfortable with things going slowly. And I think we have to do things quickly, but we don't have to be in a hurry. We have to make sure it's right. Look what happened the first time it got done.
I hear that all the time. We don't want to be in a hurry. We want to do what's right. Of course you do. But the more I hear talk like that, the more I hear caveats like that. Not out of you, sir, but and I understand how the leadership works. I understand how the town works, but they're setting up for some disappointment here. That's just my read. Disavow me of that notion.
No, you know, I think that people that have been here for a long time, that's the way they think. They don't think anything can get done quickly. They think, oh my gosh, we have to drag it out.
You disagree with Mitch McConnell?
But well, you know, the leader's been in the Senate a long time, and I really do respect the time that he spent there. But I'm from the private sector, and for the private sector, if you wait too long, the only thing that comes to you is cold pizza. You better make sure you get it there early, and get it there hot, and get it there where something that people can digest.
Unless
we
you
have
like
everything
cold
in
pizza.
place, but we have to move.
And I think he's happy with cold pizza.
I'm not.
Well, I hear you there, but what does a guy named Kelly know about cold pizza? But I digress. Do you think, Congressman, that the repeal and replacement will be simultaneous? By that, whatever Republicans come up with, it's repealing Obamacare and then having a replacement mechanism, whether it's Rand Paul's, but something there simultaneously.
Well, I think there's enough there that we can blend it and make it something that can happen almost simultaneously. You know, with Dr. Price now being in charge of HHS, that was a big part of it, Neil, as you know. Right. He's there now, he's working. And I got to tell you, this White House works. This is not a group of people that thinks, when's the next golf time? They get there very early in the morning and they're till late at night. So we get there at 6 o'clock and 6:30 in the morning and work till 11 o'clock at night, and you have a president that's working longer? Come on, are you kidding me? We can get it done, but everybody's going to have to adopt that same pace and think, well, we'll just take our time. No, let's get it done. Let's get it done.
All right. Now, is it your best understanding that we get a tax package out the latter part of next month, and then, you know, by summertime it's voted on and approved?
Well, I know that Chairman Brady is working very hard to get that done. I would
You're
just
talking about
suggest,
Kevin Brady, the House Ways and Means.
Yes, right. But I'm going to suggest this. You know, the Affordable Care Act was something that got rushed through. Big pieces of legislation take a little bit more time. And again, I'm going to go back to this. We know what we have to do to get the economy started. Let's make sure that everything we do, now when it comes to tax reform, is it pro-growth tax reform, and does it actually move the country forward? This is a president who's expecting big things from the people that he says, I'm working with you, but you better put something there that I can actually get out there to the American people. We're going to be working very hard to get to that end. All
right, so does that mean that you still support the party leadership's effort to go first with Obamacare and repeal, because the president has indicated as much? But in retrospect, do you think that was a mistake, that maybe the tax stuff should have been moved first and foremost, because that, you guys largely agree on the broad tenets, and the health care thing not so much? Yeah, well, the big thing we did was the executive orders that got taken place. I mean, that was on the clock. We had to get that done right away. When it comes to, for me, tax reform, the health care reform, both of them are very important. They both are at the highest priorities. And I don't think we should have a problem with walking and chewing gum. I just think that in the private sector, you actually are able to do things. You have to learn how to do it, because if you don't do it, you fail. And I just think the American people have seen enough failure. Obamacare, failure. Tax reform, so far, the last time was done in '86 by President Reagan. I think a lot of what we see in tax reform is going to come from this president out of the White House, getting people to work together. But we have to get it done now, Neil. We can't drag our feet. Okay. Congressman Kelly, great seeing you again. Good luck. Have a great weekend.